Greetings and welcome to the weekly Walodi News broadcast. The headlines: malnourished Walodi eagle lands, and scramble for representation in Walodi Kingdom. Details on the other side. With the news in detail, my name is Giraffe Lodi. Walodi Kingdom has launched their long-anticipated Walodi airline. However, animals of the kingdom have shown displeasure with the launch as their expectations were not met. Infamous kingdom government critic Mr. Eagle Eye says the plane is old and that it's owned by the neighboring kingdom. The branding in that plane clearly states that it's not owned by the animals of Walodi Kingdom. The madoilo and bracket sits tells it all.
Okay bakamba nkwesoko mwamwene amadoiro muli igo amadoiro awo bamfumu bayinde balolekeshepo sana panta kwaba nichimwe chinefat na alio bwali pamwandi ero file fiashara na isapo sa mbini yenu nikwesoko mwamwene amadoiro muigo shu amadoiro
Dear Vicha, the branding in that plane clearly states that it is not even part of the animals of the Walodi Kingdom. I mean, even the blankets, imwevantu, madoilo. Mfaku? Oh, sure. I've never seen that before. Finshi?
Meanwhile, leader of all Walodi Kingdom Transport, Mr. Fugwe, says that the Eagle plane is a step in the right direction as it will improve trade even if it looks unpresentable. In other news, the big bald elephant who has been accusing and suing animals in the Walodi Kingdom in order to show King Hinde that he is working has been sued by Tiny Kashinda, who was accused of stealing and misusing the funds given to him during the third wind animal diseases outbreak while the rat was still in rule of Walodi Kingdom. The matter is still at hands of the Justice Exile Walodi Court. And the Kashinda says he lost a lot of money on the investigation that took place and must be given the money back. The Kashinda must be compensated, said the Walodi animals. It is by faith and hope of the Walodi animals that the elephant must lose the case and the Kashinda must be paid back the money spent during the fake investigation. Still in local news, there has been a scramble for representation in Walodi Kingdom as many animals are claiming to be its spokes creature. In the scramble, there has been the tortoise, who is the designated kingdom speaker, the monkey, who is fast-spoken, and the representative of King Hinde, and the hare, the one in charge of all the health facilities in the kingdom. The lack of division on who is supposed to represent the kingdom has left its citizens in confusion, worried that King Hinde's team of leaders have no idea whatsoever on how to run a kingdom. What a mess of my one-day support overnight. Anyway, the three representatives have been advised to stick to their roles as that will eliminate any confusion. Oh, wow. Kingdom government critic through his social media handles adds that the three representatives should also know how to communicate through actions as opposed to just words. And from here, the hyena laughs too. And finally, in local news, there has been a shortage of ailment healing leaves in Walodi Kingdom. This is after most animals were referred to search for their own leaves as opposed to them being given by the giraffes, the other giraffes, who are in charge of the leaves, aka Vachi Boy. A whistleblower in the kingdom, Zebrani, says the lack of ailment healing leaves, aka Vachi Boy, is a scam by the giraffes, the other giraffes, for them to make money as they are selling them privately. The leader of all health issues, Hare, has been advised to look into the matter as it is of national concern. Kingdom concern.
Manje mahebzaya balinayo. Inaona na mahebs ya mini aja. This is not fair. I don't like this. They have hebs, they are using the hebs, but these hebs are supposed to be for us. We are supposed to be having these hebs for free. This is not fair. Sinivikonda hivi. Nakana.
Here we end the news, but before we do that, we get to hear the analysis from Ngulube Pounder.
Thank you so much, Giraffe. And of course, for the analysis, I'm Ngulube, the Pounder. I'm joined in studio with Mr. Frogo Mbototo. Now, Mr. Mbototo, so many things have been going on in the kingdom of Walodi. And of course, one amongst the many is the coming back of the eagle that left in mysterious ways. And of course, it came back malnourished from the land or the kingdom of Utopia. What do you make of that?
I'm sure it will gain some physical weights and stuff like that, because it will be fed by its own brothers and sisters in the kingdom.
Indeed, well put. One other thing, funny thing about this particular eagle, it came back with doilos that were labeled with the names of the kingdom of Utopia. Do you think that too is something that can be corrected?
The longer it took that side, I'm sure its feathers were worn out. So those animals from that kingdom decided to like dress it up instead of it like exposing its skin. So I'm sure it's the reason why it has come with those doilos that are
from Utopia.
Yes.
Now, we have a lot of herbalists who are telling people to go and get these herbs from other kingdoms. What do you make of that?
They are just trying to be dubious. In short, they've got no respect for the animal kingdom and the animals that are in the kingdom.
Indeed. Now, amongst the people that are coming out loudly about representing the kingdom, of course, representing King Hinde, the tortoise, the monkey, and of course, the chief herbalist. Who are we going to follow when they give a statement to the kingdom?
That one can only be determined by the biggest animal amongst the animals that you've mentioned. And I guess they do have some private meetings. If the tortoise tends to be louder than the monkey, or the monkey tends to be louder than the tortoise, it's because of the private meetings that they have.
One other issue, big bald elephant has been going around accusing people of doing certain things. Now, the Kashinda has sued the Sui, who is the big bald elephant. What do you make of that?
The elephant sometimes can take advantage of the Kashinda, reason being that the Kashinda is far much smaller than an elephant. But the Kashinda can manage to like kill an elephant. If it enters into the trunk of an elephant, it will have no way of defending itself. It will just kill itself.
Thank you so much, Mbototo, for coming through. So, Mbototo Frog says there is need for accountability, and of course, the big bald elephant needs to be accountable to somebody. This has been the news analysis, and of course, do catch us next time for the news.